Hi, this is the bad boy, Joey Janela, and you're listening to the Going in Raw podcast, because Joey Janela always goes in raw.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to Going in Raw.
Hey everyone, Kenny Omega here. In case you didn't know, we have an awesome kick-butt show called Stephen Larson's Going in Raw, and they're going to be supporting AEW every week amongst many other things. Goodbye and smooch. Good night. Bye-bye.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell next to it. Make sure you always get your new Going in Raw notifications.
New.
If you hit the notify bell and then click on all.
In theory, it should work.
Yeah, if you're listening to us in the audio realm, which you can find wherever podcasts can be found. You can find Going in Raw. Leave us a rating, review, or a comment. Helps the show immensely. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, live or in demand, on demand, whatever.
On.
Hit that like button.
Just don't hit it.
Just smash it.
Smash it.
And let's try to get it up to 659 likes
666
today,
likes.
600
on the dot.
Yeah, let's try to get that there, man. 666, not too much to ask for. If you're a big fan of AEW and you want to see it do better in NXT beyond just the ratings, which it seems to do every single week,
Yeah.
we didn't ask to smash the like button until the end of the NXT review, so you can show those NXT fans
who's the real
best
winner of the Wednesday
by hitting
Night
that
Wars.
like button, and that's really how to do
Smashing it.
Whatever,
An odd number of times so it stays.
That's good. So yeah, there's that. Be sure to follow us on the Instagram at Steven Larson. Huge updates there.
We got more of these.
Search
too.
for Big Red.
Something actually newsworthy. We got more of these in stock.
Yeah.
Friendo Club shirts. They just came in. They're right there.
Friendo Market.
They're right there.
Friendo, we can smell them.
They're right there.
FriendoMarket.com is where you can find those.
They look great.
And then, of course, we've got a new Teespring store. Sort of, just for we can't always pre-produce, make shirt sticker packs.
Yeah.
We've got the pro wrestling tees, but I like that the Teespring has the shirts underneth the videos here.
Yes, it's nice.
On YouTube. That's really cool. So we've been playing around with that a little bit too. And we've got a new shirt there as well. This one might get us a cease and desist.
I don't see how.
Where's the damn?
I mean,
thing?
it's broad enough that if you know your stuff, you can see what you're referring to. But at the same time, it's broad enough. I don't know if you could trademark it.
Let's see if anybody knows what this means.
Yeah, what's that about?
What does that mean? I don't know. I just threw a bunch of letters on a shirt.
Yeah.
I just picked random words out of a hat,
and that's what you got.
And I put it there. So if you know,
it sounded cool. It rolled off the tongue well. So why not? Let's make it a thing.
Fears, bro.
Let's make it a thing.
That's cool. Make it a thing. Or if it's not a thing, that's fine too. You can buy it or not. Show your support to whomever it might be referencing. Anyways, so yeah, I guess we'll just hop right into this unless you have anything else to add.
No, nothing else to add.
No big programming notes. Tomorrow we're going to do our SmackDown review live. I really like our SmackDown reviews now because we drink beer during them.
Yeah.
At some point, I'd like to graduate to shots.
Sure.
I think that'd be fun.
I'll bring some whiskey from home.
And it's just SmackDown's kind of a boring show these days.
Yeah, it is.
So it's just fun to sit back, throw down some beers, and talk shit.
What booze you want? Whiskey, gin, vodka, tequila.
We'll get there. We'll cross that bridge at another
Midori.
time. I'm not yet at Hangman Page levels of boozing it
Peach
up
schnapps
on the job.
Peppermint schnapps.
Yeah, peppermint
Goldschlager.
There you go.
Chartreuse. You ever had that?
How about this? What if we do? Wait, can we find the recipe of Joaquin Phoenix's brew from the Master?
What was in there?
It was like turpentine.
Oh God!
He would just find random chemicals
That's
sitting
disgusting.
around.
That would kill you.
It didn't kill him. He was fine.
It was also a fictional movie.
True. Good point.
Well,
was it though? Was it?
It may have been based on something, but it's fictionalized, and also you just can't go from drinking occasional beer to drinking turpentine. You got to build up to that.
Oh man,
then you're gonna die.
I'm just ready. I'm ready for it. Anyways,
Are you ready for the embrace of death at that juncture?
My body can handle it. I'll be like Nick Cage.
You eat like too much McDonald's and your body rejects it. So you think your body can handle turpentine?
And I have like one friggin' McDonald's cheeseburger. My body starts falling apart. Oh boy. Feeling better these days though. eating a lot of greens.
Yeah,
now.
I just had a salad too.
Yeah. I had mac and cheese now, but tonight I'm gonna have a salad, just straight up salad.
Let me ask you something.
Just gonna have a bag of spinach like the old Friendo roads.
Let me ask you something. Is it easier for you to do it that way as opposed to eating the salad for lunch? Like when you're at home and you're eating a salad and then the rest of your family is eating stuff that's not salad. Is that hard on you?
No, because like I've got 2 teenagers. They eat in their rooms. I eat around 5 by myself before Lacey gets home, and then she gets home, and I'll prepare something usually for her because she's had a hard day of actual work. So no, not really. One thing I don't do though is I won't make something that like I know I can't resist, like my burritos. I make those sometimes on the weekends, but I don't make them for the whole family like during the week anymore because I know I can't stop at 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
Right.
So I just get them stuff I know they like and that's good for them.
All right, just curious.
Yeah.
Just curious, like psychologically, that's a battle for you.
It would be. It totally would be if we ate like as a family, like a communal thing. It would be. I would not be able to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. Like I eat a lunch. I go home. I mean, I'm freaking miserable. I hate it. I feel better on the inside because I'm eating a little bit better these days and I'm like exercising every day. I feel better. Psychologically, I'm a wreck. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I like to eat crap.
What do you
when I don't eat crap?
What do you put in your spinach salads? Do you flavor it? Do you put any flavor in it, or is it just green stuff and dressing?
No, I put like a little bit of ranch on it, like a little bit, so I can barely taste it. And I've got also so sometimes I'll chop up some celery, carrots, some onions.
What about some bacon? Put a little bit of bacon. In there?
I put some bacon bits in there.
Good.
And then they've got like the little salad crap mixture stuff.
Yeah,
you just sort of toss in there.
What
Get
about
some crunch.
Yeah, you need some texture in there. That's good.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Like some grilled chicken or something.
Sometimes, yeah, I'll do like some salmon or some
That's
like
good.
chicken.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Right. I mean, it's not like you're just eating leaves.
No, put a gun to my head. I hate it.
You're getting some.
It feels
actual
like
calories.
it. It's like whatever.
That's what I kind of feel like if I eat it. Maybe I'll just suggest this. When I eat my salads, I try to do it at lunchtime.
Sure, yeah.
So at least I end my day food wise on a positive note. Although all the crap I dump in my salads, I don't mind them.
Yeah,
it's just more an amount thing. I feel like I ate lunch an hour ago. I already feel hungry.
So like philosophically, and there's no science behind this, I feel like for my body, like historically this has been the case. If I eat heavier earlier in the day and lighter later in the day, like I feel like because I weigh myself in the morning after I've gone for my run.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like
that before you eat?
Yeah, before I eat my breakfast. And so like I feel like if I like the earlier in the day I get rid of like my heavier stuff, the better, because my body will start just metabolizing, and I'll have like something light for dinner, and like it's not like I'm gonna wake up with a brick in my stomach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
was it you're not supposed to eat anything after like 8 in the evening?
Yeah, that's why I eat at 5, because like I'm trying to do the thing, but I'm eating between like 9:30 and 5.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I have to find like I don't know.
But okay. The same way if you eat your salad for lunch, and not saying you go overboard for dinner.
I'd be miserable here anyways. And on top of that, if I'm gonna have salad for lunch, like if I have the chicken or a salmon, I like to have it like fresh.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, if I just bring it in like a friggin' thing, I'm gonna be even more miserable. You wouldn't want to deal with me that way.
I mean, I deal with you as it is. So
I know. Imagine me worse.
I don't know if that's possible.
Oh, it's possible. Anyways, AEW is a fun show last night. I watched it first. I watched it live.
Yeah, I always watch AEW first. It felt like a show.
I do too. I don't know why. Like, I think I just like. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I think I just prefer like everybody go away and then I'll watch NXT because I really want to soak it in. AEW is such a goof fest that I'm fine if like my kids are running through the house or whatever.
I guess for me, NXT, I know what I'm going to get. And
there's that too, yeah.
It's predictable, but like the quality is generally pretty consistent. Where the AEW, like the first hour, I thought Dynamite yesterday was really good, and the second hour is like slapdash. Here, let's throw that out there. Let's throw this out there. It didn't seem to be quite as cohesive as the first hour.
Let's see here.
And they had the through line of Mox.
Slapdash is exactly how I'd describe
like
AEW in general,
especially after the Britt interview, which was great.
Oh, that was great.
And then it's just like a bunch of stuff. Like SCU as match against Hybrid 2. Why?
Yeah.
And it was all just to motivate a Dark Order video.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The Pac promo was really good. It was
really
shot really well.
It was really well done.
But that in the first hour was great. And like I understand how Private Party, Darby, and Inner Circle are all kind of tangentially related.
Mm-hmm.
How did Private Party come about tagging with Darby Allin? That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
You know? And all that was just in the end to get back to Mox.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The first hour felt stronger, felt a little more cohesive. That's just, kind of my...
Yeah. No, I feel you. I liked, you know what I really liked about this week? I liked the little things. I really liked the MJF Butcher Blade Bunny video package. How it shows him handing the envelope over.
Even with the giant Young Bucks in writing on the envelope? In ornate lettering?
I did. Look, it's here's the thing, dude. It's AEW. I inherently understand that they're gonna go cheesy. That's why I'm pretty sure Christopher Daniels is the Exalted One. I'm almost positive because he was supposed to be. Was this ever actually confirmed by Christopher Daniels?
Oh, it's supposed to be the higher power?
Or like Bruce Pritchard that he was supposed to be the higher power? Was that ever confirmed by anybody?
I don't remember.
But I know that rumor's out there. That's out there. That's been out there forever. And so I'm pretty sure he's going to be the Exalted One. What I kind of get the idea of is, so we had heard it originally was supposed to, and this is one thing that you can probably take Meltzer as at face or as fact, because he's like good friends with those guys. They wanted Marty to be the head of the Dark Order. That didn't happen. They probably don't know if they're going to get Matt. So they're probably moving ahead with an actual concrete plan at this point instead of just waiting for somebody to sign.
Yeah.
And so I get the feeling that it's going to be Chris Daniels because it's a throwback. And that's just very AEW. AEW, they tend to be tongue-in-cheek and a bit corny.
Yeah.
And so that envelope with the Young Bucks on it, I thought that was great. I thought the whole thing, I thought it was shot really well. It was very simple, but I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was simple and shot well. I mean, it was a little on the nose with Butcher and Blade actually being butchers, working in a meat market. So I didn't understand. I didn't realize it was a vocational gimmick.
They could have. See, I'd like that. They could have dirtied it up a little bit. Sure, they could have made it a little bit more snuff film butcher or deli, whatever, delicatessen. What's that?
Tony Vanucci says the SCU Hybrid 2 math was simply a match motivated by both teams paying tribute to Kobe. I got that for SCU. And he says, and La Parka, which makes sense.
Oh, the skeleton outfits. Yeah, okay.
All right,
okay. Yeah, I didn't pick that. That's good.
I didn't pick up on the La Parka thing.
That's cool. Yeah. I was just thinking Donnie Darko when I saw that.
Yeah. I don't know. It was all right.
Yeah. Oh, the Butcher Blade thing?
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's kind of corny.
Yeah. I know. It's funny.
You're real picky and choosy about what the corny stuff you like and what you don't like.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because like the Brandy stuff is corny, but you were like, oh, this is garbage. And then this, which is corny.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's, we should do that sometime. You can try to, it'd be like the, what was that couples game? Where they
the newlywed game?
It was the newlywed. How well do you know your partner?
Bob Eubanks hosted game?
Yeah. Where like, how well do you know your podcast partner? Yeah. Because you're right, there's some stuff that it's corny, and I don't know if anybody can figure out what I'm going to like or what I'm not going to like. I really like that. Maybe it's because it was at 24 frames. I don't know.
Did you see Sean Ross Sapp? He was at the show yesterday and said that Luther and Melanie Cruz turned on Awesome Kong.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I did.
So maybe they realize the Nightmare Collective thing isn't working.
Spoiler alert for Dark, right?
Well, I mean, he put it on Twitter, so.
Okay, fair enough.
So they realize the whole thing isn't working, and they're kind of hitting the reset.
And they didn't air these, but I don't know if they were intended to. But like the Brandy psychiatrist stuff, I didn't watch those.
I saw those.
I don't know. I think my thing with the Nightmare Collective is that I just think it's really ill-fitting for Brandy Rhodes. I think she's immensely talented, and I've seen like when her and Cody were in New Japan, and
that stuff was great.
That press conference they had, and they just play off each other so well. I kind of want to see for both of them that come back, because Cody was more of a dick, and I understand that he's like basically their top babyface, and he can't be that.
Yeah,
but I really like that stuff, and I just think that. Even if Brandy was the head of a heel faction acting like that, I'd be okay. But the mystical stuff is not for me. So yeah, but no, it's definitely. I actually really appreciate AEW for the sort of cheesy WCW stuff that they do. I like it. I like the Arn stuff yesterday too. I love that he chest bumped a ref.
Do you like his play card?
The only thing I don't like about all that is Cody's entrance. How he ascends from the floor and it's all dramatic and stuff, and he's got like his grizzled old football coach with him. I don't know. It's like just come out to your theme. Like, don't wait for your theme to start. Just like Play the theme, come out of the damn tunnel like everybody else. You don't need to come from the ground.
Not everybody else. It's Cody. It's the theatrics.
Too much.
If you notice, I don't know if this has been a constant thing, but Arn, like, he walks down first. Like, he's the center of attention. And he's up in the ref's face. Is this going to be a thing where Arn's like, oh, I have spotlight on me now. I'm going to, like, the enforcer's coming back. It seems a little
soon for that, but right? I mean, it feels like it's going there pretty quick.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was fun, man. It's AEW is always fun. I think that's why I watch it first, because it's just, you're right, with NXT you sort of know what you're going to get. It's like I'd rather focus on, like, man, the excellent matches they put on.
Yeah.
But then with AEW, it's like I never know what I'm going to get.
Yeah, I know.
Like, if it's bad, I might really enjoy it. If it's good, I might be bored by it. I don't know. Sometimes I just like bad. Jon Moxley started the show with a promo. And he starts talking all sorts about Jericho's past misdeeds.
He mentioned stealing Rey Mysterio's mask. He says he even punched a woman.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels' wife.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was talking about all the stuff along with the stuff that he's done in AEW.
And Mox says, I'm sure as hell no saint, but championships don't mean damn if you have no honor, you don't carry yourself with integrity. Uh-oh, something going on at your house.
It's probably just a car passed by. Yeah, I don't see any nefarious characters outside.
And he says, Jericho, he's insecure, he's a coward, he's a bully. If there's anybody I don't like, I don't like bullies. That's what Mox says. And he says, I'll take the title from Jericho at Revolution. There's nothing he can do about it. It's not about the kind of man you are, it's about the kind of man you're not. That got a reaction. That line got a reaction from the crowd. They're all, ooh. So he calls out Jericho and says, here, you got a beating coming. Come out here and take it like a man. Jericho comes to the stage. He calls the crowd typical Cleveland idiots.
Ooh, wow.
And calls Mox a jacked up, cracked up Jack Sparrow because he has an eye patch.
Yeah, he did a little accent.
Jack Sparrow doesn't have an eye patch, though.
You're right. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. But you typically think of pirates with eye patches, like Ricky Skirvy's little avatar.
Yeah.
He's like the SpongeBob pirate.
Yeah, I suppose.
He's got an eye patch.
Jericho said, I was talking to your mom backstage, Mox. And he said she was looking especially fetching this evening. And then said, I had to apologize to her because everything that's happened to you, your eye, so on and so forth, it's going to happen to your Revolution. That's all your fault, Mox. And he says, Mox, you think what it's got to, you think you got what it takes to be champion? You didn't got what it takes to blink both your eyes.
Ooh, yeah.
Oof. It tells, say Inner Circle, come out here. And he says, we're not just alone. Oh, sorry. Moxley says, hey, it looks like a 5-on-1 fight. It's not going to be. I was like, oh, he found some friends.
No, he was talking about what's the audience going to do? They
like
he's
inviting a riot to happen, essentially.
For a second, I thought are they going to have some plants, like some Mox fans, some plants like come out of the stands?
No, he was trying to say
really
that
dangerous thing.
With the state of Ohio behind him, he could do anything.
Awful. That's terrible. I don't really like this level of babyface from Mox. I don't remember Stone Cold ever saying, "Oh, I got all the people here in Worcester, Massachusetts behind me."
I don't know if he would. I think for Mox, it's just because he's in Ohio and he's from Ohio.
I know he's from there.
That was in Cleveland. He's from like Cincinnati, though. That's the opposite side of the state.
Yeah,
opposite side of the state.
I don't know if there's any sort of Cleveland-Cincinnati rivalry.
Oh, I'm not privy to that either. Anyways, he did the OHIO thing, and Jericho made fun of it, which is kind of funny. So anyways, Jericho, or Mox tells Jericho, it's not going to be a 5-on-1 fight. It's going to be 5 against Mox and the entire arena. Again, inviting a riot to happen.
And it wasn't even that, because then Inner Circle, they say, we're not alone. Santana and Ortiz brought some South Bronx street thugs.
It's 5 of them, so now it's 10-on-1.
I'm assuming these were local competitors.
I would suspect, yes.
Okay, because there was, after that, Ortiz first comes down with an axe handle, and he steps to Moxley. Ortiz was touching his front area quite a bit here. Maybe he needs manscaped. So Mox sort of jaws him a little bit, and then he just suddenly drops him with a headbutt and then a Dirty Deeds. He charges into the Inner Circle, but before they could, basically beat the crap out of him 9-on-1,
security
some refs and some security comes down. Mox drops the Dirty Deeds on a security guy who was certainly a local competitor, and then he leaves through the crowd. We'll see him later.
Yeah.
After that, the aforementioned Butcher and the Blade delicatessen vignette.
Oh, no, this was an abattoir.
An abattoir.
Yeah.
That's a good word. Where MJF goes in there and with Wardlow.
Yeah. Gets a huge envelope of money, turns it over. It's like a standard size mailing envelope.
Who do you think wrote in perfect cursive the Young Bucks?
I'm going to say Wardlow. You wouldn't expect him to have a great handwriting.
A calligrapher's hand?
Yes, and yet he does.
This was like really well done.
It was very ornate, yes.
Yeah. I took a class in calligraphy a long time ago.
I did too.
Really?
I think we had to do it in junior high or something.
Yeah. I don't know. It wasn't like a dedicated
curriculum.
class. It was like part of art class or something.
Something, yeah. Because
why
they
the
teach
hell
you
should we know about calligraphy?
Cursive. Like no one writes in cursive now.
I don't think any of my kids... I mean, they're all like a couple are teenagers now. I don't think any of them had calligraphy. I've never seen any.
They still teach kids how to write in cursive, though.
We're that old. Like we learned how to stamp letters with a wax seal.
You didn't mention in calligraphy class we had to write on actual parchment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think I actually had to do a project on parchment, though.
Yeah, I think I did too.
So
that sounds right.
Anyways, he handed.
Were you in Mr. Payne's class with me?
Not with you, but I think I had him one year.
Okay. He was an interesting fellow. You think he's still alive?
Oh, I don't know.
Can't be.
So MJF hands Bunny an envelope of money, a huge, intricate script. The envelope reads Young Bucks. That's what I was like, okay, that's kind of corny.
Are we sure the envelope wasn't in, what did you say it was?
Parchment?
Parchment.
Maybe. And then Bunny, like, there's a little nod or something. And so at first you see Butcher and the Blade in their butcher outfits, like actually butchering meat. Mm-hmm. And we go to MJF. We come back as I think MJF's leaving, and we come back and then they're in their wrestling gear.
Yeah.
And Braxton Sutter has his mask on and everything.
Yeah, you know what? It just it was like a Boom Studios WWE comic. Mm-hmm. How they kayfabe things really silly.
We just didn't know it was a vocational gimmick, but apparently it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed. If you had said, "Hey, what's their gimmick?" I mean, I would have been like, I don't know, like old timey fighters. Like, what's their job?
Yeah,
like old timey fighters, and they're just called the butcher. No, they're actually
butchers.
The butchers. Yeah,
it's a vocational thing. Would not have suspected that. So
well, I don't know. You watch The Wrestler? He was like a cheese guy.
Worked in the deli, but his gimmick wasn't like cheese guy.
That's a good point.
Like his catchphrase wasn't once a cheese lady.
He was a cheese lady.
So, not a vocational gimmick. So anyways, Butcher the Blade versus the Young Bucks is next. MJF comes out in commentary. I mean, Butcher the Blade got some offense in. Not a competitive match, however. This is the Young Bucks pretty much doing whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. This guy, I did really like MJF on commentary.
Yeah.
Though, because he was invested in this match. He wants to see the funny bit was when he was saying, "I can't swim. Swimming's for," I forget what the first example was, but he said, "and fat people who have to wear their shirt in the pool."
And they talked to Tony about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Young Bucks win with the Meltzer driver. As soon as the bell rings, Butcher and the Blade are on the attack. Kenny comes down, hits Butcher with a V-trigger, and then, man, Hangman Page stumbles down the ring, beer in hand, goes to Matt, "Hold my beer." Matt obliges, hits a buckshot lariat on Blade, gets his beer back, downs it, gone.
All in one fluid motion. That was rad. People marked out big for it. That's the Hangman Page.
He is the
I
best.
marked out for this big time. I thought it was fantastic. And yeah. So, I mean, you have to appreciate, even though like later on there was an interview segment where Hangman was sticking it to them.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, he came down. He helped his friends. He got his beer back.
It felt very obligatory. Like, well, I got to do this.
Yeah, but he did it.
Yeah.
He did. I was actually shocked that he did it.
He didn't want to. He felt obligated to do it.
Yeah. Which is life. That's life. Sometimes you just got to do stuff you don't want to do, even if it's your friends involved.
Adrian C. says also MJF had to correct JR when he called him Matthew. That's correct.
Oh, God. Yeah, dude. Just proving everything Dr. Baker said later on.
That was a really good promo. But first,
Matthew.
A real fun match between Nyla Rose and Big Swole.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was cool, man. I love Big Swole. She's great.
Yeah, she is great.
Yeah.
Just a lot of really good back and forth, hard-hitting stuff. In the end, though, Nyla Rose wins with a powerbomb, even though like Swole was doling out all sorts of kicks and forearms and all sorts of great offense. Mm-hmm. That wheelbarrow flatliner she hit was amazing.
Yeah.
She just goes for a forearm, instead eats a spear. Powerbomb for Nyla. Nyla picks up the W.
Man, here in chat, Dr. Matt Baker, DMD, says Taz and JR should be doing commentary. Get rid of Excalibur. My friend, I'm not sure what you're I don't think you understand what you'd be missing without Excalibur.
Nostalgia's a hell of a drug.
I think Taz and Excalibur would be just the dream
that
team.
week,
It'd
it
be
was
the
that
dream
one,
team.
that 1 week. It was Taz, it was Tony, it was Excalibur.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was
I think
really
Tony
good.
would be fine if JR was not there.
I know.
He would just stay on Taz instead of getting wrapped up in whatever
Fantasyland JR's living in these days. I know.
Yeah. Next, Kip Sabian versus Cody. Arn comes down with a play card like an NFL head coach. And later on, Excalibur says that's a scouting report. I really like.
It's so asinine.
It is.
I really hope. I would really. I mean, this would be messed up, but it'd be great if Cody was like, at some point you overhear him say, "He's not really a coach. I just felt bad for him because he's really old.
He didn't know what to do after he got fired.
I feel like
He's a family friend.
This is more productive than him being an alcoholic."
Yeah. I mean, you can't podcast all day. It's like an hour a week.
He just putters around his house doing nothing.
Doesn't do anything.
So, like, I give him some wrestling film to watch. He comes up with some completely, non-comprehensible
Scouting
notes.
report. I'm like, great. Looks great, Arn.
Great.
Yeah.
He comes up to me with the elevator, and he starts walking down.
And he starts walking ahead of me, but I'm the wrestler here.
It's the same reason we hired JR.
Nostalgia's a hell of a drug.
Just felt bad for the guy.
I really like Kip and Penelope Ford's chemistry.
Yeah.
They work really well together.
He has the perfect, attractive, but God, you want to punch him in the face. Like MJF is just kind of ugly. Like Kip Sabian's a really handsome man who you just want to punch in the face. He's got that smile that's just like, but he's so handsome.
Yeah, he's a good-looking dude.
MJF is legit ugly. He thinks he looks good, but he's just ugly.
Do you think Penelope? I thought this watching this last night, and I'm sure she enjoys working for AEW because I'm sure the pay's really good, as opposed to trying to book dates on the indies and such.
Yeah.
The security of working for a major company, I'm sure, is great. That being said, I know she had a tryout at the Performance Center, and what she's doing now, I guess, isn't that far removed from what she was doing with Joey Janela. I just wondered if she, I think she's had a match or two on Dark.
Was she the one who toped out of the ring onto nothing? There was a fan video, and I don't know if this match because I don't watch Dark.
Yeah.
Where somebody did a flip out of the ring. She's supposed to land on a table or something for some reason, and then she landed on absolutely nothing.
Ouch.
Yeah. Is your question? Do you think she should be wrestling?
No, I just wonder.
Would she prefer to be wrestling?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's getting paid all the same. I mean, everybody. We always say everybody's different.
Exactly.
Everybody's different. So no,
I just don't know. I mean, if she was brought into AEW, granted, I have no idea what those negotiations were like. If she went into the situation thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna come in here and get an opportunity to wrestle more," because remember we saw her at All Out and she did all that stuff.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun.
No idea.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun.
No idea.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I think she's had a couple matches on Dark, but if she signed on thinking I'm going to wrestle, and then she's kind of filling the same role she did previously.
This is sort of speculation. This is just speculation.
Totally,
on
this is
my
all
part.
just speculation.
Somebody that is that relatively new to such a big platform, who I would think that they would have the patience or the understanding that you'd need patience. Hey, you know what? Let me just keep going out there doing everything they're asking me to the fullest extent.
Totally.
And then maybe I'll get my shot. It's not like she was wrestled in WWE or she's been wrestling hardcore in the indies for 15 years. It's not like they have Mercedes. It's not like if they had signed Mercedes Martinez and that's what they were having her do. So I don't know. I suspect somebody that young would probably have some patience. Or
Patrick
some
Oliva says that was Sadie Gibbs. I wasn't trying.
Oh, that was Sadie Gibbs. Okay.
I wasn't trying to insinuate that maybe she was frustrated or something, but I just
no.
wasn't sure.
It's a good question to ask. So the same thing about Sonny Kiss. I have not seen Sonny Kiss at all. He's
Just
had
on-
matches on
on
Dark,
Dark, yeah.
and he's got another one. I think he tagged with somebody. I don't know.
Orange Cassidy?
I don't think somebody else. I forget who. But I just saw it. But I haven't seen. He hasn't been on Dynamite.
Yeah.
And you ask yourself, do you think Sonny Kiss would like to
Have a larger role?
Given that he, the thing about Sonny Kiss is that he had a fairly large profile in the independent realm.
Well, and also
prior to AEW,
in the first couple press conferences, and they made a point of announcing that he was on board. So.
Yeah, and he had like some of the buzziest entrance stuff at the pay-per-views.
Yeah,
and then I've not seen him at all. I would think that somebody like that might be a little bit more frustrated.
Oh, maybe.
Or maybe he's also very young, and maybe he thinks, hey, you know what? I'm wrestling on Dark. Like, I'm going to make an impact. I'm going to be out there, and eventually they will use me on
whatever
Dynamite.
opportunity is presented to me.
You would like to think all these people have positive attitudes.
Totally.
But who knows? Maybe when their contract's up, they're going to be like, no, screw that. I'm going to NXT.
Matt Baker says Penelope's had one match on Dark.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Just crossed my mind. But anyway, she's great. The character work, that spot where Cody kind of rears back to punch Kip and hits her a little bit, and she falls and acts like she passed out completely. Yeah. And then
she was doing like a very Zelina Vega thing.
Well, that's what she was doing for Joey too.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And that Ronda she hit was great. I wonder if she does that handspring elbow thing all the way across the ring. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's interesting. Ricardo Lopez Ortiz says Sonny Kiss is about to graduate from engineering school as well, so his dates are limited.
Oh, okay.
That's really cool.
All right.
That's really neat.
There you go.
Learn something new every day. I love the friendos are always just chock full of good info here, man. Unless they're all just lying to us. I don't
know. So anyway, let's get to the part about Arn just coming into the ring. So Cody takes off his weight belt. He's about to toss it to the crowd like he is often wont to do. That's like $30 per show. He's got to toss that weight belt into the ring. Out of the ring.
That dude is
I know. He took a private jet back home after the show. Well, he's not a billionaire. He's a millionaire. And then he's about to toss it. Penelope grabs it from him. Kip tries to sneak attack him. Instead, Cody hits a disaster kick. And as he's going for the cover, Penelope Ford tosses her shoe in the ring. And it does the job, I guess. It distracts the ref after
he turns around, picks up the shoe.
Out. And so he kicks it out. And then Arn grabs the shoe, and he's like pissed about it. He's pissed about the shoe. He's talking to the ref, and he's mad at Penelope. And so he tosses the shoe into the crowd. Penelope screams.
Let me ask you something.
What?
This old dude has a game plan. Has he not actually scouted these two? Does he not know that they are up to all sorts of shenanigans?
What he should have done is throw in the review flag. Get that red flag out of his back pocket, throw it in, ask the ref to look at the footage. Kip should have been disqualified at least twice.
Yeah.
That's what he should have done instead of bumping into the ref. So Arn gets in the ring, chest bumps the ref.
Chest bumps him.
And the ref's like, all right, you're gone.
Yeah, you're done now.
And then Cody steps up and is like, it's fine, Arn, I got it. He was telling him to get out.
I really wish. Yeah, I really wish. And then Cody started wrestling better after Arn was gone. Because he ends up like finishing the match with 3 crossroads.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it was like maybe 5 minutes after that point that match was wrapped up. So Cody was fine.
Yeah.
He was fine.
Yeah.
I kind of wish Cody's response would be one more that's just laughter. Like I would be cracking up because he doesn't need Arn.
No.
So it is
it's
pretty amusing to see this old grizzly bear chest bump this little tiny ref.
Yeah. Matt Baker said Sonny Kiss and Brandon Cutler that were tagging.
Thank you.
That's what.
Thank you, Dr. Baker, DMD.
Thank you. So anyways, you mentioned, Cody reverses Kip Sabian's finish, hits Cody Cutter, 3 crossroads for the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Next, Britt Baker. Another interview with Tony Schiavone.
How much of this, because obviously she's doing her best. There is a sea change between what we got last week and what we got this week.
Focused.
It was completely focused. She knows what she's going at. I would love to be a fly on the wall if her and Adam Cole Bebe, they're romantically linked, probably living together, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Because obviously he is the master of this stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously if you know somebody who is really good at this stuff and it's what you've got to do for your job, there's probably going to be some commiseration.
Oh, totally.
I would love to know, because this was like, man, this was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
This was good.
Fantastic. So Tony goes up to interview
and
her.
Say what you will about last week. That the line "shitty barista" is hilarious.
Oh, there was a lot going on in that promo.
Yeah,
but there was a lot of good stuff in it from last week.
You're just a shitty barista.
You're just a shitty barista. So Tony comes out and she's like, "Hey, we did pretty good last week, or at least I did. I was trending, yada, yada. Calls Tony Mr. Starbucks. Mm-hmm. Grabs the mic from him, and then she starts taking JR to task for cutting her off last week.
Don't ever cut me off. You sit there all pretentious and high and mighty.
You resent this current generation of stars.
Yeah.
You
sit there and you collect your giant paycheck, but all you are is a sloppy barbecue sauce salesman who doesn't know the names of the talent.
That was so good.
You sit there and you're high and mighty while we're sitting there doing all the work.
Yeah.
Oh, and the crowd. I'm like, hold on a second. I know this is supposed to be a heel promo, but come on.
Heel that makes good points.
This is totally just going to get her over. People are going to love this stuff.
Yep. And she says, I promise, speaking of being here, I promise to be here every week to be the face of this division, unlike the champion, Riho, who's never here.
Yeah.
And then she goes, oh, Tony, by the smell of your gums, I can tell you have like moderate.
She said this in a very clinical way, but she said and she used like terminology, but basically, yeah.
You got gingivitis.
You got gingivitis.
You need to pick up a toothbrush. And then she goes, Cleveland, I'm here to tell you that you finally have a baker you can trust in.
Yeah.
It was really good, even tossing in that sports reference that wasn't too ham-fisted.
Yeah, I wasn't aware. I understood that it was a reference.
Baker Mayfield's the quarterback for the Browns.
Oh, okay.
And he had a bit of an up-and-down season.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm.
All in all, focused, good. I like her, even just the tone. Like, she doesn't raise her voice. Mm-hmm. It's all very clinical in how she talks.
And it's going to get better, too.
Yeah.
It's only going to get better the more confident she gets. I really think that this is a really, really strong version of her character that I think, that's another thing she said to JR. It's like, JR, did you know that I'm a dentist? I know you do because it's all you talk about when I'm in the ring.
Yeah.
That was good. That was really good.
But
it's something that the women's division desperately needs, which is just a strong personality.
Yeah.
That you can they got Nyla Rose, and that's great. They have other personalities, but the point that she's making here that is true is that Riho is really never around. You don't really see her that often, and you do need some strong anchor point, some strong anchor for that division.
Yes.
To sort of gather around.
That's definitely what the women's division AEW has been lacking is focus.
If you look at it, again, this is more of a Who Won Wednesday thing, but if you look at NXT's women's division, it's like, oh my God, there's just riches there.
Yeah, it's
really
an embarrassment of riches.
It is. You got like freaking Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox in this crazy good feud. There ain't no titles on the line. None of that. We didn't even see Rhea Ripley this week.
Nope.
And yet we had
Bianca Belair.
We had a killer match.
Candice did her run-in.
Shotzi Blackheart, Deonna Purrazzo. We had Tegan Nox, Dakota Kai with a Candice run-in. And then we also had Chelsea Green, and that's three. Mm-hmm. That's three, along with Candice LeRae in there.
There's no EO. There's no. I know she apparently is hurt, but like so many of the other NXT women weren't even on the show.
Yeah, and they still managed to get 3 matches in, all with stories, none of them with titles.
Yep.
It totally can be done.
Yep. Next, backstage, Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are doing an interview. Young Bucks talking about how they want to climb back to the top of the tag team rankings, and they were very diplomatic with Kenny. No offense.
Yeah.
Getting the title shot, and Kenny's like, oh, yeah, no, totally fine. Yeah. In walks Page. He stumbles in. He says, oh, hey, we got our nameplates on our titles. They got nameplates for everybody.
Apparently, according to, I think Sean Ross
Sapp said that, yeah.
That's actually true. They actually did make nameplates for everybody.
And he goes, oh, here, I brought yours. You might actually need these sometime.
This one says Matt Jackson. He told him his name. Yeah, this one says Matt Jackson.
That was so good.
And they're sitting there just like, you asshole. You're a real piece of crap, Hangman.
It was great.
Look, see, mine says Hangman on it.
He says, you might need these sometime. And Kane's like, he leaves, and Kane's like, oh, yeah, your names are totally going to be on these titles.
You'll definitely need them.
And so they announced next week.
This is a mess. So Kenny.
This is when Page is going to show up drunk, probably.
In his infinite wisdom, decides to book all these guys in a match together on the same side.
Against Butcher and the Blade, a team of their choosing, which would later announced to be the Lucha Brothers.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my God. Kenny, just stop, man. You got to take this loss for a bit. You got to distance yourself from the Bucks because you're a tag team champion. Hangman needs you.
Yep.
You can't play both sides. Mm-mm. You can't do it, man. Oh, it's so good, though. Here, this one says Matt Jackson.
Oh, Page is the best. Absolute best.
You really, and you can tell the guy's having fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he knows what he's doing.
And he gets to walk around and drink beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Not too bad. Next, SCU versus the Hybrid 2.
They should hoss him up, man. They should say, hey, stop working on your core. Just,
I feel like Jericho's already kind of doing that.
Yeah, I don't know if he was like, part of me thinks that he was doing that on purpose because it was getting kind of out of control there. Like I was looking this week, I was like, it looks a little bit more manageable.
Yeah.
But like around Wrestle Kingdom, he had a full on gut going.
Yeah.
I mean, who am I to talk? I'm just saying, like, 2 years ago, 2017, I think Jericho, he was, and if he was doing it on purpose,
it'd make total sense.
It'd make all the sense in the world for his character.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was doing a Fat Mac thing.
Yeah, totally. That's the best.
So, anyways, this was a fun enough match. The SCU comes out wearing Kobe jerseys. And as mentioned earlier, I didn't catch the Parker reference with the Hybrid 2, but in hindsight, I totally see it. SCU picks up the win with SCU later. Afterwards, Dark Order pops up on the Tron. They address Christopher Daniels. Uno says the Exalted One is not happy with him, so Daniels, his friends, his family are going to be targeted.
Targeted.
So it'd be interesting to see how they turn this all around to Christopher Daniels being the Exalted One.
Well, they were so specifically going after him. I don't know. It's probably it's probably like, I don't know. I feel like if it's actually going to be him, they probably would have gone after a couple people first in this manner. But I don't know. I do. My thing is this. I do think that they could tell a really interesting story.
Ooh, how about this? Sorry, let me interrupt you. What if he is the Exalted One? He doesn't know it. It's like a Manchurian Candidate situation.
Yeah, that's good.
Where something happens and boop.
Yeah, that's
he
good.
reverts back to being Exalted One.
That's a messed up movie.
Oh yeah,
that's a messed up movie because like you couldn't show too much violence back then, but it's like super. It's like crazy.
I mean, they had to pull it out of theaters after the Kennedy assassination.
Oh, huh. I think I remember hearing that. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. I was like 10 when that movie came out.
1962 or 63. I mean, they didn't pull it out of theaters. They pulled it out of like circulation. I guess.
That wouldn't be surprising at all.
It's a really good movie though.
But no, so I could see him being the higher power here.
Yeah.
And SCU would have to try to get him back. Number one, you got to get. I really want Daniels out of SCU, anyways. It's just he comes off like dad, and I know it's appealing. I know they're all friends, and you get that. You understand the chemistry. But I think that'd be the perfect role for him. He doesn't seem to be wrestling all that much anymore, and I think putting him in this role, I think it'd be pretty cool. So, anyways.
Matt Baker says Instagram video of Paige throwing Scorpio's name tag in garbage.
Oh, I gotta watch that. Paige is great.
After that, we had a great.
It's all grainy, black and white.
Pack. Promo, black and white. He was like, it looked like a stairwell in a cave or something.
Yeah.
It was, or a castle. It was like dank,
dingy.
Yeah. And it was just like he hawked up a lung halfway through it. It was spectacular.
Yeah, it was really well edited.
And he says, I'm not going to do anything on your time table, Kenny. Oh, you'll get around to our match when you have time. Oh, when it's convenient for you. Guess what? Starting next week, it's all going to be on my timetable.
Not on my timetable.
It was great.
Yeah, it was really good. At the very end, it was like a weird.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good stuff.
And then main event, Private Party and Darby Allin versus Inner Circle.
Was there anything on Being the Elite that motivated Private Party and Darby Allin being on the same page?
Other than they've both had matches. Like Private Party beat XLAX and Jericho beat Darby Allin.
I don't really care. I thought they were great together. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah. So Private Party and Darby Allin make their way to the ring first. As XLAX come in the ring, Darby leaves the skateboard ringside, and Ortiz just like tosses it out of the side. Disrespect.
It'd be cool if Darby came down with Private Party though, in his own like what he would think of as a party, his own weird party clothes. Which
he probably just wears the exact same thing.
Probably, yeah. Seems like he's gonna go to some like weird goth club anyways. Hang out with Damian Priest.
Maybe.
Hello, Darby. Would you like a donut? No,
I shouldn't.
Why is he asking himself if he wants a donut?
I don't know. That's weird. Fun match. Private Party's fun to watch.
Yeah,
they're a great tag team. Darby Allin is over. Huge.
Big time. People love him.
Yeah. In the end, though, Jericho pins Isaiah Cassidy after a nasty-looking Judas effect. He's getting that down so it actually looks like it could hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Remember when he first started the first video package where he introduced it, and even the first one he gave to Kenny, I was like, I'm not buying this really.
It was like Cena's cheesy new punch Jackie Chan thing that he came up with. It was on par with that. It was like,
But now it looks like he's doing it within the flow of the match, and there's no setup.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It can come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he's actually put a little bit of oomph behind it.
Yeah, he's feeling it more for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, it was a fun enough match. When Darby got that hot tag, he went on a great run, just laying people out. It was pretty cool.
He's another guy, you mentioned this in the NXT review, who can put together a lot of offense in a very small period of time. Yes. And it's just a lot of fun to watch.
So as soon as the bell rings to end the match, Inner Circle, they start attacking Darby and Private Party. Jericho uses the belt to attack him. And then Sammy goes ringside to get Darby's skateboard. Jericho's about to hit Darby with the belt, and Sammy's like, no, I got this. He rams the skateboard into Darby's gut and then puts under his chin, rams it on his throat. And that's when Mox runs down the ring with a baseball bat, fights off the Inner Circle. They flee. He stands tall to end the show.
If that's going to be what is it called? Revolution? Is that yeah.
In about a month.
If Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin.
Oh, that'd be great.
Holy crap.
That would be really good.
That's going to be a show stealer right there. Because those are two of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
All right, man. Let's answer some questions.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I really enjoy talking about AEW these days. I feel like they're doing enough stuff to sort of experiment and still find their voice, but at the same time, like they have a lot of fun stuff going on.
Ricardo Lopez Ortiz says, according to Janela, Tony Khan took him and Darby to a club, and Darby just wore his ring gear and makeup.
That's hilarious. Oh, did we mention the Joey Janela getting between?
No, sorry.
Yeah, so during the Cody match, Kip and
it's like a suicide dive.
Yeah,
and
Kip and Penelope Ford, they were near like the corner of the ring barrier thing or the crowd barrier, and they were kissing. And Joey Janela sort of comes up out of nowhere. He's in the crowd in the front, and he gets in between them for a cheesy he gets in between their kiss.
Yeah, and he has
they sandwich him,
huge smile on his face.
Yeah, and then he flips him off.
Yeah,
and then he goes. It was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. Simon Bronson says, missed the AEW intro, got me so hyped for the show. They didn't run their opening package for Dynamite last night.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't for a while. I don't think. They just do cold opens now.
I really like their intro.
Pat says, petition to get Moxley's theme replaced with Metal Gear Solid Encounter theme or any Metal Gear Solid song.
Well, there you go. Is that like a real thing? I never played any of the... You played, whenever we did the 10 for the wins, you played a bunch of Metal Gear, I think.
Yeah, I played some, yeah. It's kind of, if you're not used to, at least I wasn't, I didn't play a lot growing up. It's such a different experience that trying to play it cold for the first time is kind of frustrating because there's a lot of talking.
Oh, yeah.
It's narrative heavy.
Yeah.
And some of the gameplay mechanics felt foreign to me because, I don't play stealth games.
I have zero patience. Last time I tried to play Manhunt. I just want to, go and put plastic bags on everybody's head, but some of it you have to do stealth.
Yeah.
Not into that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Thomas, when is AEW going to utilize their AAA partnerships like Impact does? I would love to see Dr. Wagner Jr. or Fabi Apache. I'd just give it time. Give it time. I'd give it time. Yeah, hopefully they do some, cross stuff at Triple Mania. August.
Matt Baker makes a good point. Darby is really getting over right now, especially with the younger crowd. I've seen a lot of kids with his makeup. Yeah, the last two shows.
Yeah, there was a little, are you kidding? We only have one. Damn it. This is what happens when you put a question thread up right before the show goes on.
I put one up earlier today.
Oh, you put one up too?
Maybe that's one.
An AEW one?
Yeah, I put one up after we were done with NXT.
Oh, okay. Crap. Okay.
Are there two?
No, I'm sure. Well, now probably there are. Okay. I didn't know you put one up, so that was probably just the one that I put up. Okay, good. I'm glad. I always mean to put them up during the show, and sometimes I forget.
Well, you mean to put up the actual show when they're on, not while actually recording the show.
During the actual, when the program is on.
Maybe that was one.
There, no, you got it. It's right here. Well, still, it's only 4.
Well, it's more than one.
But that's what. 2 of them are Adrian C's. 2 of them are Adrian C. Thanks, Adrian C.
Thank you.
Here's his questions. Did you hear the comments from Cody saying how they have huge plans for Orange Cassidy? Without a mid-card title, how huge can they actually be?
Maybe they'll have a mid-card title.
He's the exalted one.
There you go.
Adrian Siege, y'all happen to see Sammy invading the Rumble all by himself on Sunday in a mini tank. How great is Sammy? The mini tank is a thing these days.
Apparently.
I heard about it. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Josh Perez, I think you missed the Baker versus Yuka Sakazaki match announcement, that Yuka's video during the commercial. Didn't mention it, but yeah, it was announced for next week. There's some other match announcements, just didn't cover it.
Yeah. Billy Gibson. It's fairly obvious that the Inner Circle will try to get involved in the title match at Revolution. Who should Mox bring as a backup, or what type of gimmick should the match have to keep from ending in a DQ?
I don't
finish?
think they're going to end the match with that high stature in a DQ. Jericho's band Fozzy announced a bunch of tour dates. I think it's through starting at the end of March, going till early May, I want to say.
Well, they could still overbook it a tad, just making sure that the finish is a good, clean 10 minutes.
Yeah.
After some stuff going on. So, that being said, I mean, would it be Private Party and Darby Allin, since he came down and
Maybe, I guess
had their back?
Anyways, Mox is probably going to win that title.
Oh, I think he's going to win that title. I think that's obvious, yeah. Double J Joe Jensen, ain't he great? Did you notice how uncomfortable Jake Hager looked when Santana and Ortiz's thugs came out? Oh, that's funny, Double J. That's funny. Let's see here. That's it. That's all I got for questions. No more questions?
That's all we got.
Any more questions?
And
then we didn't get another. Again, we didn't get the YouTube notification.
Weird. Michael Sorrow says, "Why do you think NXT isn't getting the teen views?" So, they've. It's interesting because the last 2 weeks, the first hour of Raw has been number one in the 18 to 49 demo.
Yeah.
But yet consistently, AEW bests sometimes doubles NXT's numbers in that particular demo.
Yeah.
Even though you think based on like the caliber of wrestling, roughly the same, in terms of what the wrestlers did prior to joining their respective promotions, a lot of crossover. You'd think there'd be a lot of appeal in that demo for both shows, yet that doesn't seem to be the case.
I have no idea. I don't know. Either. I don't know why NXT's main demographic is over 50 years old.
See, Matt Baker says because NXT doesn't have the younger guys like Darby and Sammy. Velveteen Dream is like 23. They do have younger competitors.
I think that they did. I think that being the Elite reached such a different audience that explains a lot of it. I think that the fact that they were in Hot Topic, which obviously if you ever go into a Hot Topic, you'll see AEW's demographic there seemingly. I think the fact that they were able to penetrate that market through being the Elite, I don't think it helps.
Yeah.
I mean, even like, I think when I was talking to Joey Ryan at the Virgil show, he was like, the being the Elite stuff is crazy. Some of these people aren't even wrestling fans.
Yeah.
So it seems like they're just following the stories, and it's gotten these younger people into wrestling. As far as why NXT has such a hard time with it, I have no idea. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But they said being the Elite,
because they don't have that anchor on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
the Performance Center has a channel, but it's not.
No, it's not geared towards a
younger viewership at all.
They're doing something completely different. So,
Ricardo says NXT is a really good technical painting. It's good, but it's kind of boring. AEW is an impressionist painting. It's messier but more fun.
That's a pretty decent analogy there. Good metaphor there from Mr.
Bad.
Ortiz. Michael Sorrow says, "Is it the pageantry? Like maybe they enjoy the goofy WCW stuff." I mean, it's AEW still feels. I think this NXT feels like.
Well, part of it too. I wonder if NXT feels establishment because it is part of the larger WWE apparatus, whereas AEW is very much still the new kid on the block.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a matter more of exposure than perception, though. I think that, like, being the Elite, like, they built this brand and were able to capture, like, the younger kids because, like, all the kids are on YouTube. Whereas NXT is a spinoff of WWE. When have they ever? I mean, I get what you're saying with Raw and their current demographics, but, like, honestly, I don't know. Like you said, they don't have that anchor. They don't have the same anchor that being the Elite had with their YouTube show.
I don't think there's one answer. It's probably a variety of things. There's some people that are just burnt out of WWE product, and they're like, well, yeah, here NXT is good, but it's still just WWE.
I don't know that. I mean, you could be right. I just don't. I don't know. I don't see the logic in that, but who knows? I don't know. So. Yeah, I mean, there's also D Miner says AEW is just fresher. It's the new thing that people want to see. Like I am interested in AEW a lot because I know the wrestlers involved, but it's new and I like to see something grow and build. And I think maybe there is something to be said for that too. Mr. Ortiz says, my non-wrestling friends also connect way more with AEW wrestlers as individuals as opposed to NXT wrestlers when I've invited them to watch shows. Part of what you're saying there could be an element of truth in terms of the establishment of WWE is that AEW's outreach, their inclusiveness is something that really appeals to teenagers.
We didn't mention it during the show, but during the commercial break after Cody's match, what did he do? He went around ringside, signed autographs.
Yeah,
during the picture-in-picture. I mean, that's just one little bit of what they do on a regular basis.
Yeah,
is they're approachable on social media. They do meet and greets all the time.
What I'm talking about, though, is how forward they've been with the inclusiveness thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Nyla Rose, for example, you know, being out there for the transgender stuff. Sonny Kiss, another example. Like, that stuff is just, it's having a couple of teenagers in my life, you know, my stepkids and my niece, like, it's a lot different than it was when we were kids, man. It's a lot more, in many ways, is a lot more accepting. I'm not saying that everything's great in high school these days, because seemingly it's not. But, like, things are a lot different. Like, and people notice that inclusiveness stuff, you know. It really goes a long way, which is fantastic. But, like, with WWE, it's like, you know, even with NXT, everybody knows that stuff is like lip service. And they never really, they're so reactive as opposed to proactive. And that lacks credibility, and it lacks a genuine desire to see change.
Totally.
They're just like, oh yeah, we're all about, you know, putting our women up at the front when we have to, you know. Oh, they can't go to Saudi Arabia. We're not going to kill the deal. We're just going to do one women's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And then when people want another one, I don't know. It's in the cards, maybe. We'll see.
Aubrey James says, why get invested in NXT when you know they're going to get called up to the main roster and be buried? There is a certain amount of minor league baseball situation there, or at least maybe historically, maybe not so much recently.
No, but that lingers.
It totally does.
You're absolutely right. That lingers. I don't think that I do not think, you know, even as recent, you know, Shayna Baszler's headed to Raw.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any. She's just going to show up on Raw, and the consequences in NXT is simply she's disappeared.
Yeah.
If I'm a Shayna Baszler fan and I really enjoyed her work on NXT, why don't I get some sort of satisfying conclusion to her story where I am then provided? And I know maybe it's supposed to be Rhea Ripley. Maybe that's supposed to be the satisfying conclusion of the story. But if I don't want to watch Raw and I'm a Shayna Baszler fan,
what outlet do I have?
Well, I'm not, you know, it's the character's gone now.
Yeah.
Where with AEW, it's like, granted, it's a wrestling business. In 3 years, they might be gone. But right now, they're there.
And it's in NXT, not that they're not marketing their stars, they are. But it's I understand the point. And I use the analogy to minor league baseball team because we have one here, and it's gone through a couple different organizations and a ton of players. And if you want to be a fan of a minor league baseball team, you have to be a fan of it's like municipal pride, essentially.
You want
to see your city's team do well.
Yeah.
You can't get connected to the players because either they're getting called up, they're getting traded, they're getting released. The turnover on a minor league team is astronomically high. And so it's hard to get connected on a personal level to that team when season after season the squad is like 75% different.
There's a lot of good points being made in chat right here from Ricardo. First, to his friends, the NXT wrestlers all look too similar. It's like when a non-comic book fan says that all comic book art looks the same. That's a really good point because the NXT wrestlers, by and large, like I can think of one exception at Shotzi, the NXT wrestlers all come off as sort of just like people and not necessarily characters. In AEW, I think they straddle a really cool line between character and person. You know what I mean? Like, it is a very colorful show, and they wear very colorful outfits.
Yeah.
In NXT, everything is very muted.
Yeah. Michael Sorrow says, I know what keeps me away is, yes, NXT has great matches, but they are all great, so it means much less.
I understand that point, too.
I do, too.
I understand that point. He says, matches don't need to last 87 years. And I totally get that point. Sometimes with NXT, because the reason why I need sort of quiet in the room is like, I know I'm about to go through a marathon of very physical matches. That ain't for everybody. That stuff isn't for everybody. So, yeah. Interesting stuff.
Yep.
Good talk, everybody.
Good job.
Anyways, thanks, everybody, for watching. We definitely appreciate it. For patrons, we've got Who Won Wednesday coming up very, very shortly. Along with, we're going to film our news brief with it, so you can watch that live as well. And yeah, hopefully we'll catch you guys tomorrow night for our SmackDown
and beer review.
SmackDown and beer review, exactly. Yeah, we should start adding. Maybe we could get some beer sponsors if we start reviewing beer along with SmackDown.
Maybe I'll do this. I have a really good beer store near my house. Every week, just pair SmackDown with a different beer based on the preview of the show.
I like it. I think that's a great idea.
There we go.
And then we'll reach out to Jerry, our manager, and be like, hey, this is what we're doing. Find us a beer sponsor.
There we go.
All right, cool. Look at that. Too good, me brother. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.